In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to use local ads to sign 10 to 15 clients a month into your soccer training business. And I've used this exact three-step process that I'm about to show you myself across 75 soccer training business owners, helping them generate over 5,000 leads and 1,000 new clients in the last 6 months into their soccer training businesses. And so I'm going to show you step by step, go through exactly what you need to do to make sure that you can copy this and take it and use it on your own right after this video is done. And make sure you stick around to number 3, where this is going to make or break this entire process to make it work for you to ultimately be able to sign those 10 to 15 clients a month on Autopilot. Okay, so let's get right into it. So look, first off, what is ads? All right, for ads is very simple, okay? Social media ads. But what you need to think about it, it's like flyers, but on like 100x the scale. Okay, when you guys make flyers or business cards, that's an advertisement, guys. That's an ad. You're basically putting, who you are, what you guys offer, and then you're putting that out there for people to see, right? So it's an ad. You are advertising yourself. Now, the problem with flyers and business cards is they don't work because you can only give out so many flyers and business cards, right? Like you could give out 1,000 and you're not doing that. That's going to take you a ton of time and a ton of money to print all that stuff, right? Versus you actually running social media ads. Now, the ads that I'm talking about are ads on Facebook and Instagram. And how they work is very simple. So there's a 3-step process that we're going to go over, but in a very simplistic view, it's basically just you creating an ad, a flyer almost, and then putting that on every single parent's phone in your area, okay? We can all agree, all of these parents, everybody is using social media. Like 95% of the population in your area is glued to their phones all the time, and they're either on Facebook and Instagram. They're not on TikTok. They're not on Twitter. They're on Facebook and Instagram, okay? Think of your mom. Think of your dad. Where are they? They are on Facebook, okay? That is where we want to be. That is where we want to put our ad, our flyer onto them. Now, you guys probably post on Instagram or Facebook, and you're thinking, oh, well, Noah, I already post on there. It's because you're doing organic content. The issue with organic is it looks like this, okay? When you run something totally for free and you post it on Instagram, what it does is this is your post. Let's say this is your, I'll make it a square just for sake of it, okay? This sends out to the entire world. It goes out to Texas. It goes out to North Carolina. It goes out to Asia, Europe. It goes out to freaking Alaska, okay? But let's say you're only in Texas right here, but it's going out to everywhere. So like if you guys have ever posted anything online, you probably noticed, or you're posting your trainings out there and you've probably noticed people 3 states over are like, yeah, this is great. I want to sign up. And then you look at them, you're like, dude, you're 3 states over, right? Like this doesn't help me at all. Like you just wasted my time, right? It's because you're running organic marketing. You're posting it totally for free. But when you run Facebook and Instagram ads, you spend a simple like $10 a day. That's it. And what $10 a day does is instead of it going out everywhere, it only goes to your area. It doesn't go outside of this area. So you're paying to put it directly in your area so that everybody in your area is seeing your ad now, right? And then we can target, and I'm going to go through it in a second more in depth, but then we can target parents specifically. So only people with Facebook accounts that are parents that have kids that we're looking for that are our age is going to see our ads. It's incredible. Like there's never been a technology to ever exist up until about a few years ago to be able to pull this off and to do this. And the issue is most people don't know how to do this. Most coaches don't know how to do this because they don't think it exists. They didn't think it was possible. Everybody's stuck using the word of mouth, the referrals, or thinking SMS and emails or the partnerships. Guys, that stuff works, but it doesn't allow you to grow your business, right? I'm sure you guys have scrolled through in your area and you've seen ads for local businesses, right? Like that's a problem for you because somebody figures this out in your niche, in a soccer trainer, they're going to get all the attention, right? Like what you need to think about is this. Like if this is your area, right? This is your area right here. There's 2 circles that you're doing. This is what you're doing, which is the word of mouth and referrals. And then this is the Instagram and Facebook ads, okay? You are reaching by doing so I'll call it word of mouth right here, and then we'll just call it Instagram, Facebook, okay? By doing the word of mouth, you're only reaching this much of the population, okay? The rest of this, nobody knows about you. Nobody knows about you. 0 people know about you, Okay. They have no idea who you are because you're relying on word of mouth. You're doing referrals. There's only so many people that your clients can tell. There's hundreds of thousands of people in your area. So you need to think, how can I reach these people? Instagram and Facebook ads. So then what Instagram and Facebook ads does, and instead of you reaching 5%, now you're reaching 95% of the area. So now 95% of people know who you are, which is incredible. It's insane. Okay. So I'm going to break this more down in depth, step by step. So let's get right into it, guys. So step one is going to be create ad. All right. So we want to create. All right. Make sure you're taking notes on this too. So create ads. Creating an ad is so simple. All right. It's basically just taking videos of your training sessions or a high definition picture and putting some ad copy over it or a script. So so we've got pic versus video. I typically have seen in my experience working with 75 clients, when we help them set up their ads, videos work all day. Pictures, don't really, it depends. It really depends on your area. We split test them though. What's so great about ads is we can split test things. So we can launch a video and we can launch a picture at the same time, right? And it'll send it out to the algorithm. Then the algorithm will parents will interact with in our area. And the one that gets the most leads for the cheapest cost and is signing the most clients and getting the best ROAS, which I'll go over in a second, we're going to just turn off the ad that's not working and then spend more on the one that is. Because like, dude, if I'm printing leads with one ad video, like why would I not keep spending more money? And I'll go over the math in a second here, but like it just makes sense, right? Now, I also want to know, you don't need a marketing agency to do this, guys. Like this is so simple. Like everything I'm about to teach you is so simple. Like everybody's blown this up to be this massive, like super hard thing. It's not. Like I have clients that have never even used social media and are finding success in ads because it's so simple. Why I started teaching people how to do this is because I had a marketing agency running my ads for my soccer academy, and they were charging me like $1,000 a month to run my ads, and then on top of that, spending hundreds of dollars on ads to barely get results because they sucked at what they did. Right? They didn't realize that they can get really good ads, and you didn't have to spend that much. Barely had to spend any money to get leads in the door, right? But I remember something very visibly in my mind. He was like, people are too dumb. Soccer coaches are too dumb to learn how to do this. And in the moment he said that to me, I was like, you know what? Screw you. I'm going to learn how to do this. And I'm going to teach a bunch of people how to do this because you guys are smart. You guys are much smarter than everybody gives you credit for. And you're going to learn how to do this. And you're never going to need to pay a freaking marketing agency to do it for you because you're going to learn how to do it. All right. So picture versus ad. All right. And then what it is you want good messaging in your ad. Okay. Messaging is huge, guys. Messaging is massive. Okay. Messaging is what makes or breaks your ad. Okay. Now, all messaging is just you talking directly to your client, right? So if I have a video ad, right, I want to talk directly to them, right? I got a hook, value, call to action in the video. The hook is if you're a parent of a soccer player ages 8 to 12 in the Cary, North Carolina area, like that is direct. That is talk that right away as they're scrolling, they hear, are you a parent? Yes, I'm a parent. Of a soccer player? Yes, I'm a parent of a soccer player. Ages 8 to 12. Yes, I have an 8 to 12-year-old who plays soccer. Are you in Cary, North Carolina? Yes, I'm in Cary, North Carolina. They hear all of that within 2 seconds. And they're like mesmerized then. They're like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I am. So I want to keep watching this video. Then what I'll do next is I'll tell them, so we are looking for, 5 players, ages blank, to come and train with professional level coaches to work on speed and agility, shooting and finishing, technical ability, and much more. They're like, oh yeah, my kid needs that. My player who's 8 to 12 in the Cary area needs that. And then at the end of the video, I give them a call to action saying, click the link below to sign up. And then they sign up, they act on it. And then I got their information all because of my messaging. My messaging is huge, right? Like where a lot of people go wrong is like, they'll just throw up an ad. There's no hook. There's no call to action. It's just like a video. And then you wonder why nobody's signing up. It's because your messaging just absolutely sucks. Your messaging is what makes or breaks your ad. Honestly, we've split tested like one of my clients, Rivers had a video where it was just him doing trainings versus him just standing in front of an office building. And the one in the office building worked way better because of the messaging behind it. It wasn't because of the videos of training. It was the physical messaging behind it that called out the clients that they were so like wrapped up to. They're like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Okay. So, and they were talking like he's talking right to me. So then they continued to watch it and ultimately signed up for his program and became a lead and ultimately became a client. Okay. So we start with create, and it's so simple. Like it's so, if you know what you're doing and you know how to script out ads, or you know how human psychology works like I do, messaging is easy money. Okay. Then now step 2. Okay. This is where the fun begins. This is targeting the ads. Okay. So now, and I'll give you guys black so I don't confuse you here. Target. Okay. So now we're going to take the ad that's literally talking directly to who we want to come into our program, and we're going to actually set it up on Facebook, and we're going to target those specific people. Now, where almost every single person goes wrong is they boost an Instagram post. I hear it all the time. Ads don't work. I boosted my Instagram post and I wasted a bunch of money because you did it wrong. Sorry, hate to break it to you. You did it wrong. You did it severely wrong too. Okay. You don't ever want to boost posts on Instagram. If you're spending a lot of money to get successful ads, you're doing the ads wrong. Like I had like Sam and Anthony, they ran their ad, spent $60 and made $3,000. Signed a client to $250 a month for 12-month commitment. That's $3,000 in the bank from spending $60. That's insane. That's like a 40-to-1 return. That's like for every dollar that you spend, if you have a machine in front of you, you have a dollar that you spend, it pumps out $40 on the other side. You would look like I would go into $1 million worth of debt from the bank just to keep putting money into that machine, right? And it's the same thing that goes for that. But it's because they know they actually knew the right targeting and how to set it up. And how targeting works is simple. So when you target people, instead of it sending it, like I said earlier, you have organic marketing that sends it out to the entire world. We pay a simple $10 to $15 a day. Okay, so we spend $10, $15 a day, right? $10, $15 a day to send out this ad. And how the spend works, guys, is simple. You always want to, first, $10 is a little less. You want to start with like $15. $15, what it's going to do is going to go out to the algorithm, get enough data to be able to continue to show to the exact person that we're looking for, which is parents. Okay. But how the spend works is simple, guys. It's not an expense. Everybody looks at ad spend as an expense, like, oh, I have to spend more money. Guys, it's an investment. You need to see it as an investment. You need to see money as a tool, guys. Money is a tool to make you more money, to make you more successful, to help more people, and to help more athletes. The more money you have, the more successful you will be, because then you'll continue to reinvest in yourself, okay? So you need money to make money. So with the $15 a day, and you don't need a lot. Like everybody thinks like you need a lot of money to start with ads. You don't. Like I just explained to you guys in an example, $60 made them $3,000. They're going to take that whole $3,000 and just reinvest it in ads and then just blow up their business like I did, okay? Because they started with simple $15 a day. And how it works is simple. We want to nail a 5-to-1 return, meaning for every dollar that we spend, I want at least a minimum $5 return on the other side. So if I spend $1, I get $5 out. So if I spend $100, I get $500 out, right? So if I spend $15 a day, hypothetically, I should be getting $75 out on the other side. It's not going to be immediate because you have to go get the client. They come into your system, then you give them a call, close them. It's going to be a couple-day process, right? But ultimately, you spend $15 a day to get 5-to-1 return. Then once you're nailing a 5-to-1 return, you're signing a ton of clients, then you just spend more money. Like I said, like why would you not spend more money if you're making money from spending money? Like you just spend more. It's so simple. Like it's such a cheat code. But every coach and every like person and business owner is so scared to spend money. I don't want to spend money on ads. Well, for one, you guys don't know actually how to do this in the best way and use the right system. But two, you've been fed these lies that ads are scams. It's, guys, like advertisements, if the people that are telling you that ads are a waste of money or they're a scam, they are running ads to you. They don't want you to run ads because if you run ads, then you start taking away their ad space. And if you start taking away their ad space, their ads stop performing as well and they stop making as much money. That's why they are lying to you, because they don't want you to take what they have. That's it, guys. I want you to take it over. I want you guys to kill it, right? So that's why you need to implement this. All right, so you spend a simple $10, $15 a day. What that $10 to $15 a day is going to do is we are going to send this ad out with our awesome messaging into our area, okay? So like I explained, right? Like let's say you're in, let's say you're in I'm gonna use my old hometown for example. So you're in Cary, North Carolina, right? So I'm in my training location is smack dab in the middle of Cary. Okay, so I'm right here. Okay, then what I can do is I can set up a radius bubble, and I can customize this however I want. Like if I only want people in a 5-mile radius from me and target them, I can do that. If I want to target people 25-mile radius, I can do that. Right now, in my experience working with 75 business owners, 10 to 15 miles is all you need. Like that's the max you want to do, because the further you go, the less likely you're spending way more money to put it out there, but two, you're wasting a bunch of money because people on the outskirts aren't going to be able to drive to come see you consistently. Like I don't know what parent is going to want to spend all their time and day to go consistently drive in and out. And then over time, the retention rate sucks for your clients too, because if they're driving so far all the time, they're eventually going to get sick and tired of it and not want to show up anymore. So we want people who are close. So I typically like to do 10 to 15 miles. So for the example, I'll do a 12 mile, be right in the middle. So we set up a radius, right? That is just not the middle, okay? And then it's a 12-mile radius. So then every single person that in this 12-mile radius, and what we do is we set up targeting where we can target accounts of specifically parents of whatever age group that I want. So let's say that you're training only players that are, 6 to 12 years old. I can take the data that Facebook gives me to target parents 6 to 12. So parents 6 to 12, okay? Which is insane. What you guys have to understand is Facebook knows everything about you. They have a scary amount of data on all of this. They know who you are, who your friends are, what your favorite TV show is. They know what your favorite food is, what gym you go to. They know your interests. They know your behaviors. They know when you got married. They know everything about you guys. And what they do is they sell that data to advertisers like myself and like you, hopefully in the future, to be able to take that data and then target people with phones of that data and put our ad directly on their phone, which is insane. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, right? And instead of being somebody who is a victim of it, who's consuming it, we want to be the ones producing the ads. We want to be the ones going out there and putting the ads out there, okay? So what I can do is I can take my messaging, talking directly to parents of who have 6 to 12-year-old soccer players in my local area, and then I can target people in the targeting settings, where I select literally parents of blank age. So if I want 6 to 12-year-olds, I want only this to show to parents of 6 to 12-year-olds. And then what I do is I spend 10 to 15 bucks a day, and then every single person with a kid 6 to 12 years old, a parent 6 to 12 years old in my local area in a 12-mile radius around my training location is going to see my ad with the right messaging, calling them out, calling and telling them to come act on my services, to come join my trainings, right? It's brilliant. And what that does, what 10, 15 bucks a day does, is you can reach up to I think it's 800 to 1.8K people a day. So it's various on the ages. Now, also I hear all the time, oh, this doesn't work for small places, or, I'm in the UK. Does this? No, guys, it works everywhere. Like I have Rivers in Abilene, Texas. Okay. That's a population of less than 100,000. Okay. Just for reference, Dallas, Texas is 1.4 million people. Okay. He's a 14th of the size of Dallas, extremely small town. He prints 15 to 20 clients into his business. And you can go look at my Instagram. You can go look at my YouTube. He prints people in his business in a super small town. Or Robbie's in a small town in Scotland, and he is, again, 15, 20 clients a month consistently into his business, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a small town or a big town. It works everywhere, okay? You just have to be doing it. Now, with the 10, 15 bucks a day, it's going to reach probably, I want to say 600 to about about 1,800 accounts. Imagine that. 1,800 parents are seeing your ad. That's like you taking a flyer and going every single day and putting it on 1,800 parents' cars or handing it directly to them. Well, that's actually more what it's like. It's going up directly to a parent at a field and going, hey, here's your flyer. You do that to 1,800 parents every single day. You know how much time that would take you? That would take you hours, 7, 8 hours. The amount of flyers it would take you to purchase that, $40, $50 to do that. Right? It would take you so much time, which time is money, and it would cost you a lot of time with the flyers, versus you only spend 10, 15 bucks a day. And once you launch this thing, guys, it runs on its own. So you don't even have to touch it. You just have to monitor it, which I'm about to go over in a second. But all you have to do is just run it. And then it just does it on its own. And then you can focus on other ways of getting more clients in the door. And you can focus on going out and doing your trainings or spending more time with your loved ones and family. And you have consistently leads coming in. And what this spend will do, this will bring in 2 to 15 leads a day. Like 2 to 15 leads a day on autopilot. Like you will consistently have leads coming in the door. Like no longer do you have to deal with you hoping that a lead's going to come in so you can close them. Like you already know they're going to show up that day. My clients now, they're so adept to it. They're like, dude, I didn't have a lead come in. I already had 2 leads come in today. And they start tweaking. They have leads coming in and they're freaking out, right? You're sitting at home and you barely have leads coming in every week and you're freaking out, right? That's the difference because they're using this right here, okay? So that's how you target them. And then once you target them, you can't just throw an ad out there, okay, guys? Everybody thinks you can just make an ad, you can target it, and it's just going to work forever. It's just not true, okay? That's when we go to step 3, which is optimize, okay? This is the most important part, okay? Because guess what? This could be awesome, but if you don't know if it's actually working or not, you have zero clue if it's working, then you don't know if you're actually bringing clients in the door. You're going to turn off the ad if you have no idea if it's working, right? You're spending money, but you don't know if it's working, right? That's like all the clients that I work with, I always tell them, if you are not tracking your ROAS, okay, which is ROAS, all right, so ROAS, which is return on ad spend. Basically, how much are you spending? How much are you making? Pretty simple, okay? Like I said earlier, we want to dial a 5 to 1 return, meaning for every dollar that we spend, I want to be making $5 out on the other side. If I'm doing anything less than that, my messaging probably sucks. My targeting's probably messed up. Something is wrong here if I'm not getting this, okay? Now, where a lot of you guys go wrong is like, oh, I've ran ads before, it was a waste of money, or it didn't work. Yeah, because this is broken and this is broken. Like, obviously, this isn't going to be great if these 2 things suck. Okay, you have to dial these 2 things in. Once these are kick butt, you can see, I've seen guys get 8 to 1, 12 to 1, 20 to 1. Like I said earlier, Sam and Anthony, 40 to 1, right? The more realistic is about 10 to 20 to 1. But like, once you have this dialed, it's insane, guys. It's crazy how powerful it can be. Okay, so for every dollar that I spend, I pump out $5 on the other side. I need to be tracking the ROAS. If I'm not tracking the ROAS, then I'm going to fail. I'm going to subconsciously saying, oh, well, I'm spending money every day. I have no idea how much I'm making because I'm not tracking it. So I must not be making any money. So I'm going to turn this off, right? Like people run an ad for, 3-4 days and then they don't see any return and they're like, oh my God, I need to turn this off. I'm wasting money. No, you don't see ad campaigns work for a week. Like I see the fastest I've seen people pick up, you'll get leads immediately, first and foremost. Like the moment you launch this thing, you're going to get leads like within the hour. Like right away, you will get leads right away. But remember, you have to put them through your nurture system. Like it's not just running ads. This just gets the leads. Like there's so much more to go to this type of business. Like you get the leads, then you got to put them through your CRM in your system. You got to get them on calls. You got to close them, or maybe you send them to a trial session, and then you get them into your program. Like there's steps you have to take, right? So the first 7 days, you're not gonna be able to do all that. Like I've seen it happen. Don't get me wrong, but realistically, you're not gonna be able to do that in 7 days. Where everybody goes wrong is like, oh, I've spent $40 in 4 days and nothing happened. Oh, like, dude, obviously, like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you have to wait. You have to be patient, right? Like, if you're in this business because you want to make money fast and you want to get a get-rich-quick scheme, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You want to get rich quick scheme? Dude, go to a guru down the street, okay? Or go to a marketing agency that's going to promise you false hopes. Or maybe go to like an online coach that's going to give you a bunch of crap. Like, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is what's going to consistently set you up for years and years and years. You just have to buy into the system and learn how to do it. Because look, regardless, guys, somebody's going to figure this out in the area. If you think you're the only person with the internet who's going to watch this video in your area, you are mistaken, okay? Somebody's going to figure this out. And one of you guys are going to be smart enough to start implementing this exact system. And if they do, you're going to be out of luck because they figure this out. All the parents are going to know who they are. They're going to see their trainings all the time. They're not going to see your training. You think you're going to, because of word of mouth? Dude, no. They're going to see their trainings and every single day. When somebody sees somebody, think of all the influencers that you follow. You see them every single day. You can consume their content, right? Then eventually you go buy something from them. You go get something for free from them. You get stuff from them because you see them every day. It's called omnipresence, Okay. If you are not doing this, you're creating no omnipresence. Nobody knows about you, and they're going to go to your competition, and you're not going to be able to grow your business. And you're probably going to go out of business, which is a major problem. Okay. So look, if you're a private soccer coach who's training at least 20 athletes a week, and you want to scale to over 100 athletes, and you want to learn how to implement this system to sign 10 to 15 clients a month on Autopilot into your business, I am going to drop a link in the description for a much more in-depth training about this and about the entire SBA system, so you can start using this right now to start growing your soccer training business. But that's everything for today's video. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of that. If you want to hit me up on Instagram at the real Noah Varner, on Instagram, shoot me a message. I can always help you out there. But that's everything. Go like, comment, subscribe. Go change your lives. Go watch that video I just dropped, and that's everything. Peace out, guys.